What's up, Christy? One Love Fellowship for Followers of Christ. I have to share this weird dream that I had earlier when I was napping, when I shouldn't have been napping, apparently. Um, Mostly because I don't think it's of any real significance. I don't feel like getting up and finding my dream journal to write it down, but it's so hilarious. Um, the reason I don't really think it's of any real significance is because I think that the reason that I had it was more about the fact that I shouldn't have been napping. I had gotten up and done a couple things and decided, nope, today sucks. I need to go lay down, take a nap. And I should have only napped for like maybe an hour or two at the most, but it was feeling nice and I didn't want to get up. And that's apparently a problem that I have. I'm working on it. Anyway, and also I had watched an Australian absurdist comedy film before retiring for the evening. The night before. Anyway, the film, I want to say, was called One More Shot, and it was about a time traveling bottle of tequila, which I was intrigued by the premise, thinking like the description did not go, it made it very vague, and I thought it was going to be a lot deeper. And like, anyway, it turns out that she had this bottle of tequila that brings her back to the moment she took the first sip every time she takes another sip. But she decided to use the whole entire bottle over the course of one New Year's Eve party in an attempt to stop her her ex from proposing to his pregnant girlfriend. Which is insane, but whatever. If you ever feel the need to check it out, it's a good film for what it is. It just wasn't what I expected. But yeah, I could have done a lot more with a bottle like that. I'm an alcoholic. I wouldn't drink now. Tequila was never really my thing anyway. But if all I had to do was take one sip and then poof, back in time, start all over again, like Super Mario, like, right? You get to go through all the levels and learn where all the tricks and all the traps are and all the secret hidden gifts and all of that. And then you can go back to the beginning and play it all now that you know it all. Like, hello. Why would you not do that? Anyway, so the dream that I had was, I think that I was in Kentucky, and that will make more sense later why I think it was Kentucky. But I know that I was away from home. Like, I wasn't in my own state at all. And I don't know exactly where I was, but I know I was not that far. I was in, like, within my region or whatever. Loki wasn't with me for some reason. I don't know. I don't really dream about him much, which is sad because I don't know if he dreams about me or not. Anyway, I was like wandering through the woods or something somewhere. I don't know. It was random. And then I came upon this like area where there was like overgrowth, but also like industrialized looking things. And there was like plastic tubing hanging down over this giant vat of like bright blue stuff. And there were like signs everywhere saying that it was like toxic. And I don't know why or how. I don't know from the dream like why I needed to try to get across it or how I like lost my footing and started to fall. I don't know. I just know that I started to fall into the vat of toxic blue waste. Bright blue. And I grabbed onto these like plastic, it was almost like IV like tubes or something. It was like just like flimsy plastic tubes, and I grabbed onto them to attempt to like swing across it so that I wouldn't fall into it like full on. And I ended up like going down enough to dip like my one leg into it before being able to like miss it. And then the man on the property who looked like Colonel Sanders, I don't know why. He did. He let me come inside. I said, "Can I please use your restroom? I need to clean up. Like, I think I fell into your vat of toxic waste." And he was so nonchalant about the whole entire thing. Like, it wasn't a big deal at all. And I was trying to clean myself off. There was a sink, but not like an actual bathroom I could use. It was weird. And so I was trying to clean myself off and like get it all off of me, off my clothes, off my skin and everything. And then there was this weird growth coming out of my leg that looked like a little tiny baby elephant trunk, but it was like my flesh color. And I was freaking out about it. And he was like, oh, that's fine. We'll just twist that off. And he just like twisted it around itself until it like snapped off. It was so gross and so weird. But he was just like so nonchalant about the whole entire thing. Like it wasn't a big deal. And then I asked if he had like an actual bathroom, like a toilet I could use. And then he said, yeah, it's right over there. And then it was like so disgusting that I was like, no, I'm fine. I'll take my chances until I can find somewhere else that I can go to the bathroom. And so then I left that building or whatever it was, and I went on to the next little place that I found, and it was like I guess like a little house or something. I'm hearing gingerbread house, but I don't remember it being like a gingerbread house. It was like a little cottage or something, and there were several people there. And I want to say mostly feminines and maybe LGBTQ, but I don't know. Like that wasn't necessarily important to the situation. It was just implied, and there were those characters in that film, so whatever. And they helped me finish getting cleaned up, and like I was able to use the bathroom and make sure that I was like fully like clean all over and had all that stuff off of me. And they were also pretty nonchalant about the whole thing. And I was like, I should sue him, right? They were like, no, 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 you shouldn't sue him. And I'm like, he just has like a giant vat of toxic waste out in the open. Like anyone could fall into it. That's crazy. He should have more than just like a little sign that says, oh, by the way, this is a bunch of toxic waste. Like, I don't know. It was just so weird. And what was really weird was how it was bright blue. It's always bright green, like in the movies and stuff. But in my dream, it was bright blue. But yeah, it's like, it turns out apparently all the people in this room were lawyers, and none of them wanted to help me sue Colonel Sanders, the mad scientist, and his vat of toxic waste. So, I don't know. I don't know what that even means, 655. I don't even know. Like, I think it's just the absurdity from the film that I watched, and the fact that I wasn't supposed to be asleep, and God was like, seriously, are you going to wake up now? Like, this is... Incidentally, when I woke up, Loki had made a wet spot on the seat where I've been sitting on the couch. I'm not 100% sure if he peed on it or if he chewed on himself and slobbered. I don't know what he did, but there was a giant wet spot. I was very upset. It's not been the most pleasant of days, but it's still a much better day than last Tuesday. So... anyway, I don't know who this will help, if it'll help anyone at all, but I hope it helps someone today. Just remember, you are loved, you are forgiven, you can be saved, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, no matter what you've done or what's been done to you. Did I say you're loved, you're forgiven, you can be saved? I apologize, it's been a minute. You can repent, you can repair, you can be redeemed. And yes, I am actually still very, very, very ill and in a lot of pain, but I'm not going to let it get me down, and I know that I will heal. So, just for whoever's stalking me instead of checking on me. I hope you're doing better than me at this time. Much love.